So, alright. So this is the Pokemon Hard Mode panel. And,
I can say it. Also known as the Nuzlocke Challenge.
who actually knows what a Nuzlocke challenge is?
I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Alright.
Okay, that's good.
Alright, now, who's actually done one? Pretty good. Alright, so, I'm Jamie, also known as Nathan on the forums.
I'm Allie, also known as Lyrical on the forums, and Full Happy on DeviantArt.
So, we're just gonna talk about the rules at first. So, we actually have a nice comic done by Nuzlocke himself. Surprising.
Who here has actually read the original Nuzlocke comic?
That's
If you haven't read it, you should definitely read it just to see where everything got started.
So, we'll go to the next slide. So, the Nuzlocke challenge, and we see Ruby saying, what's the big deal? Do you even know what it is? Well, yeah, it's like, no. Don't worry, it's simple. First, start a file in any Pokemon game. And some people will think it's easy because, it's just Pokemon, but
You can only capture the first Pokemon you encounter in every route. If you kill it, you can't capture another one in that route. You get one chance, and that's it.
And rule number 2 is if it faints, you have to release it because now that Pokemon is dead. That's just it. Just those 2 rules. So why would we do this?
For the thrill of the challenge, for the glory of victory, I think.
Yeah.
But mostly for the friends you'll make.
Some of them you didn't want. I mean, who really wants to do?
I do.
At first, they're not that great. You have to admit that.
I didn't want a Caterpie. I'm just gonna do that right now. I didn't want a Caterpie. They are amazing. I wanted one maybe in the Viridian Forest or something, but I didn't want one outside of Cerulean. Just saying. Okay.
Now, we first have a little interview with Nuzlocke, and he's done.
The first game he Nuzlocke was Ruby, which is why his character's name is Ruby. And then he currently is showing a Nuzlocke of Fire Red.
And he has a Emerald Run, which he said he isn't going to do anything with.
That's the reason why is because last year we had a stream for charity. I don't know if it's happening this year. I'm just currently in the works talking to the guy that did it last year. So look out for that. He Nuzlocked Emerald, but he didn't get to finish it first. I don't remember why.
So we asked him, we asked a couple of other people as well. So we have what's his most important member, and pretty much when you do a Nuzlocke, there's some Pokemon that's going to be your best pro for the entire run. They're going to sweep everything for you. They're going to make it further than you think. And for Nuzlocke, he said in Ruby it was his Hariyama, and Fire Red it was Sawyer the Pigeon. But later his Charizard Bruce. And then in Emerald he said he had a good place again. But we also have their death counts to kind of show you don't lose as much as you think you might. I mean, not everything dies, let's be honest.
Everything dies. Everything dies.
And surprisingly enough, the comic just kind of came out of boredom instead of just,
I don't know, what else could it come out of? Yeah, he was bored. He had a Pokemon game. He's like, oh, what could make this more fun? He'd seen some things similar for other games. So he just decided to do it and make a little comic and post it up on the internet. He thought people would tell him to stop. And
he put it on 4chan and he thought people
would be like, go home. And they really liked it, so he kept doing more and more. And then he made a website and a forum, and it just got huge.
Yeah, I mean, how many members do we have now?
We have over 5,000.
Yeah.
Signed up.
I mean, granted, half of them probably don't do anything, but
they all do things.
They lurk. And then he suggests, currently his favorites are Notepads, Freddy's Nuzlocke Adventures, and Shelly, also known as Mel, depending on who you are, her Another Pearl Run, Nuzlocke Pearl. Can't read it. And we asked him if they had any comments, and he's just glad that so many people have enjoyed this, which is something just came out of nowhere during finals week?
It wasn't finals week. Something like that. It was close to finals week. I don't think it was his finals week.
Yeah, Yeah, something like that.
He wasn't really expecting it to go anywhere. As I said, like he just was doing it for fun, and like he was expecting people to tell him to stop doing it, and it just evolved.
Yeah.
This time.
And now it's a year later.
Yeah, it started April last year or March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are gonna talk a little bit about ours. So this is the samples of my 4 comics so far. Well, I have another like 2 or 3, I don't remember. But this actually for me, it was the right before finals for me, and one of my friends had been suggesting at my anime club, hey, you should do this Nuzlocke run. I'm like, oh, I don't really think so. Then it was like midnight and I'm bored out of my mind, and a friend on Twitter posts a log of their run, and I'm like, hey, I feel like drawing, I'm gonna draw the comic, which is the Ruby comic you see in the far left. And then I was like, this is fun, I'm going to do this for myself, and that's now how I have 3 comics in progress for my main run and another 2 planned. I am a little crazy. Oh no, it's now black. I have my black 4 coma, which is weirdly bilingual. Yeah, I'm honestly really glad that I found Nuzlocke because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that wouldn't have happened to me. I mean, I met my boyfriend on the forums. So, and he's in the front row with me today.
I can talk. Okay, well, I got started. My friend told me, oh, I'm Nuzlocking Sapphire. I'm like, what's a Nuzlocke? And he told me the basic rules. So I'm like, I'm going to do this too. This was before the forum started, so it was like March. So I get started, I Nuzlocke Crystal, and I'm freaking out. So I over-level everything. And I'm at the Elite 4, and I level everything to level 60 because I don't want anything to die. And I'm just super over-leveled. And I ended up wiping Lance with an unknown. I didn't really record that one. Like, I have a couple little comics about that. So then the forum started up somewhere in there. I decided that I would do a comic. So I started Nuzlocking my Soul Silver.
Which was in Japanese.
Which was in Japanese, so I wasn't really 100% sure what was going on. Because I wasn't. But because I wasn't really sure what was going on, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't save. And the reason why is because I didn't delete my old save file. So eventually, my cartridge popped out while it was in my bag and my run ended.
But now that's got 2 comics off after it.
Yeah.
Off of it.
So like my first comic, I kind of was like doing it really quick. It was finals week for me. My second one, I branched it off a bit. It was a Sapphire run. I had a new protagonist. He was kind of a jerk. My style for that was kind of, oh, well, I want to get this done before the end of the summer so I can start working on the next one because I was already kind of planning out what I wanted to do afterwards. So I was doing like, oh, I'm going to do a comic a day. So the updates took me an hour, 2 hours. So it looks like I've improved a lot, but I feel like I've improved, but not as much as it should, just because I'm spending a little bit more time on my current run, which is a leaf green run. I'm still doing it right now. I'm actually only on the 3rd gym. Freaking out a little bit because my Pokemon are weak to electricity. So, and then after that I have another run planned, and that will be the end of this little saga that I'm writing. So yeah, that's me, that's my comics.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of other people's comics. So first up we have is Shoeless, and she does. Wow, I'm
Emerald and Fire.
Emerald and Fire Red now, and they're both in progress, which they look really good. But so we asked each of them how they found out about Nuzlocke. So Shoeless says that he first found out about it through
Teddy artist.
which we have later. And just kind of found their way to the forums. Like, do you mention anybody else?
Yeah, a lot of people have found their like they see something on DeviantArt or they see something on Snack News or something like that.
Or 4chan at this
Or
point.
4chan, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so they like see it, they're like, oh, what's this? They Google it or something, or like
Yeah,
it's
now
on
we
the
have-
forum. And
Yeah, now we have a good URL too, which loads forever.
It doesn't load forever.
Almost.
forever. She's lying. It doesn't load forever. Anyway.
But Shoeless has done Emerald and Fire Red with Charcoal, Platinum, Diamond, and recently Black.
Quite a few when you think about it.
Most important member. He said it was tough to say, but there were a lot of bros that stood out during the runs. But Kirby the C-Dot surpassed all expectations during Emerald. He doesn't want to spoil for Fire Red and Platinum. And in general, let's see. He doesn't want to give out definite numbers, but it was mostly under 10, which is, to be honest, the general range. At worst, you get about 15, I think. I mean, unless you're like, really overgrinding, you are gonna lose somebody. To be honest.
How many did I lose when I did my speedrun? I did a speedrun at Gold, and I think I lost like, I want to say anywhere between 2 and 4. But it was Gold, so I was like running around like speed mode, like. I forget how many I lost in that fire.
Then
It was at least 2. It was. I'll come back to you.
And like how Nuzlocke started it was just done out of boredom. And I mean, I guess that's what most of us, it is just, we have nothing better to do.